Cleveland Browns take to the road with a chance to make the AFC North a real mess.
Watson puts him there under it, takes a shot. Beautiful pass, it's Cooper. An absolute gem from Watson.
To do it, though, they have to be able to take down the division-leading Baltimore Ravens, who are making it real hard for teams to understand the brilliance of Bob Ross.
As Smith goes down the field and is intercepted.
No, not again.
Gino to Gino as Stone comes away with it.
Not letting many teams into the paint. This is a major defensive showdown. Ravens first in points per game allowed.
First, though.
Smith, ball knocked out of his hands. Strip sack. It's Van Noy making back-to-back plays.
The Browns first in yards per game allowed.
Fake handoff, Tune. Football is knocked out. Live football. And Cleveland has it with Garrett. Shelby Harris knocked it loose.
Baltimore holding quarterbacks to the lowest rate in the league, fourth lowest completion percentage allowed, 5.4 yards per attempt allowed. That's first.
Got it out. Oh, what a stick. Only picks up a yard as Geno Stone comes up.
Cleveland tied for fifth in yards per attempt, third in rating allowed, first when it comes to completion percentage.
Tune's pass, boy, that was nearly picked. Denzel Ward jump in the passing lane as Hollywood Brown was the intended receiver.
Ravens, 38% pressure rate, 35 sacks, that's first.
Smith, he is surrounded, and he is slammed down back at the 33-yard line. Oweh is the one who got him.
Browns tied for sixth in sacks, the second highest pressure rate in the NFL.
Tune buried. Jordan Elliott and Myles Garrett getting there for Cleveland.
Neither team has been gashed by running backs or quarterbacks on the ground either. Get it? Both defenses are 2023 elite, so the question is, which offense can scratch out the most points? Cleveland's fed off its defense to the tune of 27 points in Week 9.
This is Hunt. Punches it in. Touchdown. He had a cavalry in front of him.
Baltimore's offense racked up 37 points in their trucking of Seattle.
Edwards driving, in for the touchdown.
Okay, Baltimore's offense set up by its run game. One of the widest gaps between rush attempts and pass attempts as you're going to find this season. Cleveland better hope rookie Keaton Mitchell isn't for real. 9 carries last week, 138 yards, 15.3 yards per carry, a touchdown, a long of 60.
As Mitchell gets the toss, he's going to get a 100-yard game on this run. Oh my goodness, he breaks it again. Cuts back. Going to be a fantasy waiver wire sensation this week.
Gus Edwards went for 52 yards, 10.4 yards per carry, long of 42, scored twice.
And still on his feet with a stiff arm and still going. Oh, what a run by Gus Edwards.
Lamar, 60 yards on 10 carries.
Jackson being chased. Able to get away, turn the corner, back in the Seattle territory and down near the 35-yard line.
The Ravens ran for 298 yards, 7.3 per run, 3 touchdowns versus Seattle last week, a team that was first in yards per carry allowed to running backs before the game. Not the case after Baltimore got done with them.
First career touchdown, great run, 138 yards.
Jackson the passer went 21 of 26, 96.6 rating, didn't really have to do too much. Tight end Mark Andrews, another 80 yards on 9 catches. He's still the starting point. He's made what you'd call a significant impact in all but one game this season.
And he completes it to Andrews, one of the best in the league, the tight end.
And tight end Isaiah Likely had 42 yards last week as well. Lamar loves his tight ends. Cleveland's secondary, 4th in rating allowed to the position. Baltimore's outside guys, outside of Zay Flowers, have shown up randomly.
Zay Flowers!
But OBJ had a TD last week, over 50 yards. That's his best game as a Raven.
Trying to get one here, and guess what? Happy birthday, Odell Beckham.
Browns cornerbacks Martin Emerson and Denzel Ward, almost not worth throwing at. Both guys holding quarterbacks to sub 50 ratings.
Oh my goodness. Pass and it's intercepted. Denzel Ward, the all-pro corner.
OBJ, though, will go slot at times, and Baltimore's best wide receiver, Flowers, is a slot guy. Nothing much last week, but a good rookie year so far. Cameron Mitchell manned Cleveland's nickel cornerback spot last week. A pass defended on 2 targets, only 2 yards allowed.
Another quick trigger release, and he's brought down after a pickup only of a couple.
Cleveland's pass rush can make a difference if the game's close and Lamar is throwing a lot. Jackson tends to be sack-prone, and those sacks have led to lots of fumbles this year, another one last week.
That ball is stripped out of the hands of Lamar, and I don't think the arm was going forward. That's a fumble and a recovery by Seattle.
Browns pass rush, a sack sixer plus one versus Arizona. I get it, it was versus Arizona, but you get what Myles Garrett is all about. The team doesn't matter to him. 9.5 bags for the year. No one has more forced fumbles.
Trying to climb the pocket. He gets swallowed up. It's Myles Garrett finally putting his stamp on this game with a huge sack.
All right, what about the other way around? Yes, Deshaun Watson is back, and he had a nice 107.5, 2-touchdown, no pick, 7+ yard per attempt game last week.
Watson puts his back into it. Wide open, it's Cooper. Cooper still going.
He hooked up with Amari Cooper for 139s and a "oh yeah, how you doing" touchdown.
Watson looking pass deflected, high in the air, and it is caught. Cooper, touchdown.
Cooper went for 139, no one within 100 yards of him. Ravens cornerbacks Marlon Humphrey, Brandon Stevens, Ronald Darby, Arthur Mallett, all sub-90 rates allowed for the season, holding wide receivers to a 67.2 rating. Look at that, that's first.
Looking for one of them toward the end zone, and it completes. As you had Humphrey again on the coverage.
Well, the Browns do have tight end David Njoku. He scored last week, touchdown in back-to-back games.
Watson delivers, caught. Njoku, touchdown.
The Ravens, the second lowest rating allowed to tight ends. So here we are, back to the Ravens' rush defense, 4.1 yards per carry allowed to running backs, but the Cleveland rush attack only mustered 2.8 yards per run versus Arizona. This is a premier Week 10 clash. This is OG beef, and now the fight over that burger is for something, because these two are neck and neck. Flockers, dogs, and everyone else, hit the comments section with your thoughts as we dissolve to the panel of 10.